Across the world, we are seeing more places being renewed and refreshed rather than rebuilt these days. And when it comes to the waste that comes along from construction, many people overlook what goes in the bin. Somebody who's I know having some work done around his own place at the minute is Harry Redknapp, who joins me now. How are you doing, sir?
I'm okay, Jason. All good, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's obviously you have a busy time, even though you technically retired from football. You've never really retired from anything, have you?
No, no, I'm busier than ever. My life is so full on. There's never very difficult to find too much spare time. I'm busy, busy, busy. But I like it that way. It keeps me occupied. It keeps me. I'd hate to be just sitting at home, sitting in a chair all day, wasting away. I'm out there doing whatever. So enjoying my life.
But do you ever get time to do stuff that's actually fit for you, or is it mostly you are really pretty much working?
Pretty much working, really. When I do get spare time, I tend to go out and play golf. I love my golf, so that's where on my days off, I'm up very early and out and about and getting around the golfing.
And
In
with
fact, I
the
played yesterday with Luther Blissett. One of my old players had a golf day for a fantastic charity for children, And so I spent the day yesterday playing with Luther, with Mickey Hazard, who was a great player for Tottenham and Chelsea back in the day. He's from the northeast of England originally. So yeah, when I've got a bit of time, I'm out on the golf course.
but I mean, is your home your castle as well? Because obviously, I mean, when you went into the jungle, you became king of the jungle. So I mean, is this sort of reflected at home? Do you have sort of your own place though that it really is just a little corner of your world there you can chill out?
Yeah, well, I've got a TV room where I can sit in there and and I've got every sports channel in the world. I'm a big racing man. Racing is my big passion, really. I mean, I'm a big, I'm a racehorse owner. I've got lots of horses and
Mhm.
had winners at the festival at Cheltenham last year. And so, yeah, and looking forward to this year again in March, going to Cheltenham for the, the Cheltenham meeting for 4 days. So yeah, that's my. And I watched the racing, I watched the football, the golf. Just watched the Ryder Cup recently. It was incredible. That was most amazing. One of the great sporting events of all time. So I love watching sport on TV when I'm not doing anything.
But do you like drag Sandra along to all of this as well? Because I mean, with the racehorses, it'd be great to see down at Wolverhampton, something like that. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I've had runners at Wolverhampton. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great meeting at night. I sit and watch it on TV because I've got the racing channels and Racing UK. I've got all the racing channels. So yeah, Wolverhampton's a good meeting and always looks a good atmosphere there. They've done well with the racing at Wolverhampton for sure.
Well, I'm sure you had tickets for a Saturday night if ever you want to come along. Let me know. But
Yeah,
I mean, it's always good fun to be part of other these things. But when you are at home, I know you and your wife Sandra are currently working on a bit of a home renovation project at the minute. How's all that going at the moment?
yeah, it's going well. We're I'm not building. I've got a builder. Employed a builder to who does all the work, and he's an expert, and he's got a good team around him, and so it's all gone well so far. And I sort of got involved with Unibond, and so he's the builder we use. I'm big into sustainability really now, and it's important that we for the next generation that there's new. We switch. That's why I'm working with Unibond to really the cartilage is out. The cardboard that they use, and it's important that we whatever small part we can play in the future is important.
Yeah, because I mean, the plastic waste caused by sealants is huge, isn't it? They're trying
Yeah,
to cut that by 50% at the moment, and obviously
absolutely.
that'll
Like
be of interest to you. I
example,
mean, but are you playing this renovation like a football manager, and are you treating them as your team and sending them off to do different tasks?
No, I'm not clever enough and build it. I leave it to the builder. It's like being a football manager and someone coming out the street who's never played football or kicked the ball or never even watched football, probably telling you what you should be doing and who you should be picking. So I don't interfere with him. He's an expert. He gets on with it, and I go around there every day and or whenever, and he shows me what they've done, and it's all coming on night. Also, just well done, great job. Yeah, I leave it to him. That's why I employed him, to do the job.
The bit that scared me was when you heard the likes of 76 million plastic bags worth of waste,
Yeah.
yeah, could be saved, couldn't it? I mean, the innovations that are out there have made a difference, and I suppose
Oh,
you obviously
massive.
you're not chucking stuff in your recycling either. You see, that's the thing, isn't it? It's all got to be treated properly, all this waste.
Yeah, that is so important, and that's why this new product now, that Unibond have brought out is important that we people look to use that because we can't continue the way we're going. It's the future is so important to people. It won't affect me, but it will certainly affect the next generation. So yeah, we've got to play our part.
And I think that's the big part of it, isn't it? When we think about rebuilding or renovating, if we can use what's there already and reuse as much as possible, I mean, reusing bricks is actually a massively important thing to do, and it's great to have the look of a reused brick as well, because some of the new stuff looks a bit too
Yeah.
fresh sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? That old look. Yeah.
But then when you're making sure that you are completely watertight and these days airtight, so houses can actually have like things like heat exchangers, so they don't lose energy outside. So it's about bringing all of that into one, and that's again where your sealant comes in.
Yeah, the sealants are so important. I say this new cartridge is this cardboard is a big game changer, really, and it's been amazing.
So reducing your carbon footprint as you get the home sorted out. And have you got like a wing for all the awards and things you've won over your career as well?
No, I've got a room there. My TV room. I've got some nice pictures there of. I've got my best picture probably. I'm not in it, but it's a massive picture of Bobby Moore and Pele changing shirts in the World Cup in 1970. Bobby was my big pal, and he was special. And there's the respect between two incredible footballers swapping shirts at the end of that great game when England played Brazil. It's a fantastic, iconic picture. So that sort of got pretty much pride of place. It's as nearly as big as the wall. The picture is. It's a great picture.
And what are your hopes in the world of football for the years to come? Because I mean, it's a sport which is obviously continues to evolve, but it's still hugely popular. I mean, and we say we see the massive stadiums which are being filled by clubs like Wolves and
Yeah.
all of your clubs that you've played with or managed with over the years.
Well, I mean, yeah, the game is, there's so much money in it, it's unbelievable. I do worry every club now in the Premier League will eventually be owned by foreign owners. And I've got no doubt the games will be played, there'll be games played abroad. It's for sure. They'll take the game abroad. They'll play games in America or wherever the owners come from. It'll happen because they will control the Premier League eventually. They'll have the vote and they'll want to take games like we got then the American football now being played at Tottenham. Every week, every other week, there's a game at Tottenham Football Club. Tottenham Hotspur's ground. It will happen, unfortunately. I'm be sad to see, but it will. The game will go abroad, and there'll be games played out the country. And your team, Wolves. I mean, when I think back, probably the first game ever on television under floodlights was the old Wolves team.
Ah,
You know,
Honved.
Billy Wright, Norman Dealey, and I can remember that team in the gold shirts. And it was incredible. And I do fear a little bit this year though for Wolves. I think it's going to be a tough season.
Yeah, but fingers crossed. Let's see what's
Yeah,
happening at Christmas. That's where we'll start to see
yeah,
see
yeah.
the
But
way it's
the
going to
teams
go.
that came up, I think they look like they're having. Leeds could well. I think maybe Leeds and Sunderland possibly. They've had a great start. They've got good points on the board already. So yeah, it's going to be a tough. I was sorry to see Gary O'Neill leave at the time when he left Wolves. I thought he was doing a good job, but
Mhm.
you have a bad little run now and you lose your job. You lose a few games, you're under pressure. Look at Notts Forest already. They're under. Angie's under pressure. He's only been there 5, 6 games.
Yeah, it is a different environment to
Yeah.
your time of the 80s into the 90s, and
Stan,
then obviously
Stan
beyond.
Cullis. Stan Cullis wouldn't have been. How long would he have managed Wolves for back in the day? Different world.
Absolutely. So we'll leave you to get back on with making sure your building team
Yeah.
are doing what you need them to. And where can we find out more about this product from Unibond, which is going to cut the environmental impact of sealants?
Well, you just go onto the Unibond website, and you can read all about it there. It's well worth. have a look because it is a real game changer.
Well, Harry Redknapp, thank you for joining us.
Pleasure.